Social Zoom Factor, episode 278.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Your great idea needs a great platform to shine. The way you brand your idea can make all the difference. Small details such as your domain name matter a lot. It's your online identity, so it needs to create an impact. I've decided to brand myself using a .online domain extension. A web address as simple as pam.online will benefit my overall branding in big ways. It's short and simple, which makes it memorable. You too can build a stellar brand on a .online domain extension. Check out get.online/Pam and use the coupon code PAM to save 90% on your domain name for the first year. Again, that's get.online/Pam, coupon code PAM. Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. All right, today I am talking about the 3 top reasons that your digital or social media budget is likely not getting approved. So if you work inside of an organization where you need to have approval, it could be that you are an owner in the organization and you want to get approval from your partner who doesn't understand digital or social media, or it could be that you need to get approval from your boss, your board of directors, key stakeholders within your company. I don't know your situation, but whatever it is, the people you need to get on board with your plan are not getting on board. So we're going to talk about the 3 primary reasons this is likely happening. And this is a series of content I'm doing. So as you can guess, the next episodes are going to jump into how to get those budgets approved. But if you're not having success in the conversations that you're having with those stakeholders, these 3 things are going to help you maybe get in the head of what they're thinking. Okay. So number 1 reason is that you don't have a real plan or measurement for how it's actually going to positively impact your business. And so when you're communicating what you want to do with digital and social, and you're talking about maybe all these, buzzwords that this person doesn't understand, they don't see it and understand the actual impact it's going to have on the business. So you are likely not aligning it to the needs of your audience. So do you have metrics for success? Do you know what success looks like? Do you know what top business goals this investment is going to help your business achieve? You should not even start the conversation with somebody that you want to get approval from without knowing, number 1, who your audience is. So who are you wanting to reach on these platforms? What are you wanting to achieve? Are you looking to achieve brand awareness? Are you looking to achieve more sales? Are you looking to improve customer satisfaction? Are you looking to decrease the sales cycle so you can close leads faster? Are you looking to get more attention on your content assets that you've created? Are you wanting to get more people in the sales funnel? I mean, the list goes on and on. So what is it you're wanting to achieve, and who are you serving? I encourage you to go download. I have a brand new buyer persona worksheet that you can go grab at pam.online/mybuyer, and it will help you build out really quickly. It's only 1 page. It's an editable template that you can create that buyer persona. So when you're taking your plan to your management, you can say, here's our target buyer or buyers, as you create those 1-page buyer personas that we're going to be serving. That is a great way to start the conversation with the people that you need to get on board with your plan. And then you quickly tie it into the goals and objectives that you have, okay? And I'll share more details on this in another episode. And you can also go grab a white paper / guide that I have on getting your budget approved. It has some exact steps for you in setting goals and how to communicate with your management and stakeholders. Just go to pam.online/budget, and I promise that will help you. So number 2 reason that your budget is not getting approved is you are not speaking the same language as your boss, your team, your stakeholders that you're wanting this approval from. So you could be speaking in what is a quote unquote foreign language to them. You may be so deep in the weeds of this technology that you're not even thinking that they don't know what the first technical term is. And I am a very technical person. I truly one of those left-brained and right-brained people. And I really measure myself on whether I'm working with students or clients, anybody who I'm coaching. And, when I do professional speaking, I measure myself on the ability for the people who I'm training and helping to understand my message. Like I don't just stand on a stage and blast out noise and buzzwords. If people can't understand it and understand the impact of what I'm talking about can have on their life and business, it's all for nothing. So you really need to take a step back and think, okay, if I have a manager or whoever it may be that is new to social media, the last thing you need to be doing is walking into their office and blabbing to them about all these great things you're going to do on a specific social network with a specific feature and how you're going to run the ad. They don't care, right? You first have to get them to buy off on number 1, which is, why are you doing this? What is your plan? Who are you serving? How is it going to help the company grow or achieve whatever goals you have? Okay. So you need to make sure that you are articulating things in a very simple way that they understand and that you know the level of knowledge of the person who you're speaking to. So important. And as marketers, we tend to make up our own words sometimes. We tend to, live in a world where we often speak and communicate with people who understand the things we understand. And then you may have an executive who's been in business for 40, 50 years, and you think, well, he or she has to understand these things. They've been doing marketing for 30 years, but they may not understand the technicalities at the level that you do. So it doesn't mean they're less smart than you, anybody who doesn't know what you know. It just means that they don't understand it to the level that you do, and you need to speak to a level that they can understand. Reason number 3 is they do not understand social media at all. And because of that, they are honestly fearful. They fear it. And all they can do is think about the risks that are associated. What happens if people yell at us on social media? What happens if, people don't like what we say? What happens if our website crashes? They may have a whole list of things that are keeping them up at night. I recently did another episode on top reasons that your CEO is fearful. So I encourage you to check that out as well. But just know them saying no may not be that because they don't like you or they didn't like your plan. It's that they're fearful and the risk is weighing heavier in their mind than the reward. So here's a couple things you need to do if this is the case. Number 1, you need to address the risks head on, right? You likely have had conversations with these people. You should have some hints at what they're afraid of. You also need to look at what typical risks would be. Okay, some of the things I just talked about, and there's a lot more. So what are the things that would be a risk to an executive or to whoever you're trying to get this budget approved? Address those risks head on. When you walk in to share your plan, you also share the way that you are going to mitigate these risks. And you simply say, I know you may be fearful of ABC, but here's what we're going to do to make sure. right? You want to take a crawl, walk, run approach. And I teach that in my training about getting these budgets approved. It's in the guide that I mentioned. They'll teach you you want to, not try to boil the ocean. You're focusing on the backyard pond to start. You want to earn trust and start with some baby steps, because baby steps, achieving milestones and goals that you promise, are going to help you earn trust with that executive, with that person, so that you can get them on board with your plan. Okay. But you need to look at the areas where they're fearful and why. Is it a personal reason? Is it a business reason? How can you help them overcome that fear? And at this point, make sure that you don't sign up for too much, okay? So a lot of times I've seen marketers fail when it comes to digital and social marketing because they get in these conversations where they're so close to getting a budget and investment approved that they promise way too much. So they're like, yes, we can do all of these things in the next 60 days. And they're like a 1 or 2 person team. And they, promise more sales than what is realistic. So you need to make sure your plan is solid, and don't be afraid to say, no, we're not going to be able to achieve that goal in the next 30 days. But you know what? Here's what we are going to be able to achieve. Here are the risks that are going to be associated with that. And here's how we're going to overcome them. And here's what it's going to look like in 30, 90, 180 days. Okay. You have to earn that trust and make sure you're really thinking about the reasons they're saying no, so that you can overcome them. So there you have it in a nutshell. I wish you the greatest of success in getting those budgets approved. Be sure to check out the resources that I mentioned. Also, in the notes for this particular podcast, whatever app you're viewing it on, you can click on the details for the podcast, and you should be able to see the links for this particular episode that link to the resources that I mentioned. That's a wrap.
If you're ready to zoom your business and zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.